Hello everyone, this is the last subtopic of Unit 1 Understanding Development. So here we have development of children in a socio-cultural context. Alright, so how do the children develop in a social and cultural environment? Right, so social cultural context refers to the social and cultural environment, yes, as I have mentioned already, in which individuals or groups exist and interact with one another. Right, it encompasses the various social and cultural factors that shape the people's belief, values, morals, behaviors and norms within a specific community, right, society or cultural groups. So it includes aspects such as the social norms and rules and regulations, then customs, the traditions, the language acquisitions, the religion, the history, the art, politics, economics and what not. So everything is included in this phase of development. All right, let's see the next slide. So in the next slide we have socio-cultural contexts play a very important role in influencing human behavior. Right, as humans we should know how to behave and shaping individuals' perception and understanding of the world. So see, when we were kids we understand different things differently, and now when we are grown up we understand different things in a more specific and in a more, what to say, in a more clear way. Right, so it provides the framework through which people interpret and make sense of their experiences and interactions with others. For example, if I give suppose when we were when we were small children, what we used to do is that whenever a cat crosses our way, what do we used to do is that we used to wait for some time and then cross the road. And then there was a, what to say, superstitious belief that when a cat crosses something bad is going to happen. So this is not so. So as we acquire scientific knowledge and as the world goes on exploring and disclosing different facts, right, what we have understood is that there's nothing called superstitions to believe in. So we as the youth of this generation we should learn that, and we should understand that we must trust only the things which are based on facts. Right, facts. So accordingly we should teach our children also what to believe and what not to believe in. Right, so different sociocultural contexts can vary greatly, yes, leading to diverse perspective, practices and social dynamics. See, we have different things in society, right? Something may be right for someone but may not be for someone else. Right, so different kind of things exist in the society we live in. Right, so we have to be very careful, right, and we have to, like, what to say, we have to upgrade ourselves. So understanding the socio-cultural context is essential for comprehending and analyzing various phenomena, right, such as social interaction, communication style, social norms, power dynamics. So all these things are very much important. Right, then we have, when studying or analyzing a particular topic or issue, considering the social cultural context provides valuable insight into the social and cultural factors influence this collective behavior, attitude. It acknowledges the complex interplay between individuals and their social and cultural surroundings. See, this is basically talking about the culture we have in our society. So as I was saying, something may be right for someone but may not be so for someone else. So when we live in a society as individuals, we should be responsible. We should modify our behaviors according to the needs of the community, according to the needs of the environment, according to the needs of the society. Right, we should frame our attitudes in such a way that we do not violate any rules or norms kept by the society. Then what do we call, so we as individuals we should always improve ourselves, upgrade ourselves according to the needs and demands of the society, as man is known as the social being, right? So we cannot live in isolation. So we need neighbors, we need family, we need relatives, we need friends, right? We need partners, so that we can live peacefully along with them, right? So that we can interact, we can learn each and every day, right? Each and every day we keep on learning with one another or from one another, right? Let's see the next slide. So here what we have, the development of children in a socio-cultural context refers to how children learn. So as children we learn certain things, we grow physically, mentally, socially, and acquire certain skills, all right? And these skills uh, are like what to say, acquire these skills within the social and cultural environment in which we are raised, right? So some of us, we belong to, or we have we have lived in the environment which is very well to do, and some of us are coming from rural background, some of us are coming from urban background, some of us are coming from cities, some of us are coming from villages, towns, right? So our upbringing is different, right? So see, someone might be coming from village, someone might be coming from town, someone might be coming from city. So when these three individuals meet together, what happens? There are different experiences, different expectations, and different cultures. Each one of them get to learn from one another, right? So here's a detailed explanation of different aspects involved. So the different aspects of development are, number one will be social interaction. See, as I was saying, that man is a social being, right? Man is a social being. So we pay a lot of importance to our society, right? So social interaction play a important role in children's life. The society in which a child is raised plays a very important role. From an early age, what happens? Children engage in interaction with their parents, caregivers, siblings, and peers. So in a family, the parents should be very careful when they talk in front of the children. What type of words they are using, then what type of topic they are discussing in front of the children. So the parents should play a vital role in shaping their child. Then caregivers, see, lot of us, what do we do? The parents are not available at home, so what do the parents do? They keep caregivers in their home, or the helpers. So these helpers should be trained enough so that they know how to deal with the kids. Then siblings and peers. So siblings and peers should also be very sensitive in the way they are dealing with their siblings and peers. Alright, so these interactions provide opportunities for learning language, acquiring social skills, and understanding social norms and expectations. So here what happens is that, simple, I'll just give you an example of a classroom. So when we go to a classroom, what happens? There are children from different backgrounds, right? There are child who speaks Bengali, there is a child who speaks Garo, there is a child who speaks Khasi, there is a child who speaks English, there is a child who speaks Assamese, there is a child who speaks Hindi. So all these children, they come together and they acquire language from one another. However, the language acquisition takes place basically at home, right? Because why? At school, we usually in Meghalaya we speak English, right? Since we have English medium schools, so what do? We encourage speaking English in school. However, outside the school, we may talk in any language with our peers. So for example, through responsive and nurturing interactions, children develop attachment bonds, emotional regulations, and a sense of security. So when children, they are when the children, they have behaviors that are very much responsive and nurturing, what do? They have good attachment with their friends, with their peers, with their teachers, parents, elders, in the society, in the school where they live and study. Right? So next slide, let's see what do we have here. Language and communication. See, as social beings, we humans, we live in a society, and when we live in a society, we need to communicate, or we need to talk with one another. We cannot just skip mum, right? We have to talk. Why we have to talk? Because we want to express ourselves, we want to express our needs and demands, we want to express our feelings to our fellow human beings, right? So language development is deeply influenced by the socio-cultural context. How? Children acquire language by observing, imitating the speech pattern, vocabulary, and communication styles of those around them. So what happens, as I was saying, that we should be very careful when we as elders are talking in front of the kids. So what the children do? Children imitate, children copy their parents, right? Parents or elders. So whatever they hear, be it good word or bad word, the child will imitate, the child will say the same thing what he or she have heard from the parents or elders. Now cultural norms and values shape language use, such as politeness, convention, gestures, and expressions. So in order to be good human beings or good children, what we have to do, we should be very much polite. All right, we should use good gestures when we communicate with our friends and peers and elders, and we should use expressions so that we can express ourselves very clearly and there is no misunderstanding among ourselves, right? Now additionally, the socio-cultural context determines the language spoken in child's environment, which can impact their bilingualism or multilingualism, right? So language and communication plays a vital role in the development of a child. The next one we have here is cultural practices and beliefs. Now, cultural practices, traditions, and beliefs shape children's development in a significant way. Children learn cultural values, norms, and expectations through observation, participation, and instructions. These cultural practices can include routines, rituals, celebrations, and religious or spiritual beliefs. They influence various aspects of children's lives, such as gender roles, social roles, moral development, and understanding of the world. So this is very important. The cultural practices we do, the traditional practices we practice, and the beliefs, these things all together affect the child in a significant way. So children learn different cultural values, norms, all right, and they are expected to behave in a certain way, and the participation of the children in the traditional or cultural activities help them drastically. So these cultural practices can include, what are the different cultural practices we can have? Different types of celebration, be it Diwali, Durga Puja, Eid, Christmas, right? Then we have religious or spiritual beliefs. So religious beliefs, and see, we as Indians, we live in a democratic country, right? India is the largest democracy, in fact. So we practice different religion, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, then we have Sikh, then we have Jainism, Buddhism. So different religions we have in our country, right? So we should know that we must respect, right? We must respect everyone's religion, and we should not treat our religion as superior over the other, or we should not discriminate anyone on the basis of their religion they are practicing. In fact, we should respect them as well as we should respect our own religion, right? And also in the society there are certain roles, gender roles, which the children learn as they grow. There are different social roles the children learn, and there are different moral values the children learn as they grow and develop understanding of the world, right class? So next slide, let us see what we have. So here number 4 we have play and socialization. So play is a critical aspect of children's development, and it is heavily influenced by socio-cultural factors. So play allows children to explore, to experiment, and to learn about their social and physical environment. The type of play and play activities can vary across cultures, reflecting different values and priorities. For example, some culture emphasize cooperative play and group activities, while others focus on individual achievement or imaginative play. See, as the individual is developing in an environment, in a society, he comes across different types of play, be it group play, group activities, or individual activities, and different society, they have different expectations from the individuals residing in it, right? Some of the society, they encourage group plays or group activities, however, while others focus on individual achievements or imaginative play. Now number 5, where is this? Yes, it's here. Number 4 is done. Number 5, education and learning. So education system and practices within a social cultural context impact children's learning and cognitive development. Yes, so cultural values and expectations shape the goals and method of education, including the emphasis on academic achievement, the role of teacher and parents, and the balance between individual and collective learning. Alright, so here what they are saying, education and learning helps the child develop in all the spheres of life, be it physical, cognitive, social, moral, emotional, right? And teachers and parents work as the role model of the children. Why? Because they are the elders, and the children, they imitate the parents and teachers, and they want to become like them. So it is the duty of the teacher and parents to behave in a way which is expected of the society as a responsible citizen, right? So we should behave in such a way as it will benefit the child, it will have a positive impact on the child. All right, so as teachers and parents, we should be very much careful with our words, with our actions, with our behavior, with our personality, with our hygiene, right? So why? Because we are the guide of the children, right? Let's go to the next slide. So here we have socialization of norms and values. Now, children learn social norms, values, and ethical standards through socialization within the socio-cultural context, right? They observe and internalize the behavior, attitudes, and belief of people around. See, this is what just now I said, right? That the children, they copy their parents, their siblings, their teachers, the elders, the community members, whoever they come across, or whoever they are surrounded by, they copy the elders and they imitate them. So we should always teach them good values and good moral etiquettes, right? Now number 7 we have all right, so number 7 we have cultural identity and self-concept. Socio-cultural context influences the development of children's cultural identity and self-concept. As children navigate through their cultural environment, they develop a sense of belonging, cultural pride, and awareness of their cultural heritage. Cultural practices, language, and traditions contribute to their developing identity and shape their understanding of religion. Alright, so here what happens, see, children should be taught how to respect their environment. The children should feel that they are important, they are their words matter, their action matters, their well-being matters to the society, and the children should be taught different cultural activities. They should be made aware about different cultural heritages, cultural practices, societies, the cultural language and traditions in which they are being raised, right? So the children should know their background, from which they are coming, the cultural background, their social background, financial background. So the children should be educated accordingly, right? And he should be raised in such a way that when he matures, he knows how to respect his own culture, how to respect his own language, how to respect his own society, and how to respect his traditions, and eventually how to respect himself as an individual. Alright, so this is our duty as parents and teachers to raise the children in such a way that they leave positive impact in the society. Right, now let's go to the next slide. Alright, so this is the conclusion. So it's important to note that socio-cultural context vary across different communities, as I was saying, societies and cultural groups. Each context has its unique characteristic values and practices that impact children's development and children's socio-economic factors. Alright, so here what they are trying to say is that, see, in a society we have different religion, we have different language, we have different culture, we have different people, we have different beliefs, right? So it does not mean that one religion is above the other, or one language is above the other. So we must raise the children in such a way that they believe in harmony, and they believe in coexistence of different religion, different languages, different cultures, right? So the children should be educated in such a way that they believe and understand that everything in the society, it has got its own values and characteristics, and we as responsible citizens should respect the different varieties we have in our society. Right, so this is how we as teachers and parents should educate our children. Right, let's go to the next slide. Unit 2. So in the next video we shall be discussing Unit 2. So friends, this is the end of Unit 1. Alright, this is the end of Unit 1. So we have completed all the 4 subunits of Unit 1. So Mtet Paper 1 Child Development and Pedagogies Unit 1 is completed with this video, and in the next video we shall go with Unit 2. Thank you everyone for being here.